Top stories tonight. Economic Expansion Fund. President Buhari receives briefing on Zero Oil Plan. Federal government trains youths in agro-allied enterprises in Ogun State. School children abduction. PDP Committee on Sympathy visits to Niger State. Good evening and thank you for joining us on NTA Abeokuta Channel 12 News. My name is Anyala Balogun. Now the news in detail. A 50 billion naira economic expansion fund was approved by the federal government aimed at boosting the nation's economy for a sustainable future. The scheme, titled From Pandemic to Prosperity, is part of Nigeria's Economic Sustainability Plan. The Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Exports Promotion Council, Segun Awolowo, disclosed this to newsmen after briefing President Muhammadu Buhari on the implementation of the Council's Economic Expansion Scheme. State House correspondent Damu Sambo reports.
Mr. President, in one of his speeches, had said that, look, Nigeria must begin to behave as if we do not have oil. That single statement became our mantra at NEPC to develop the Zero Oil Plan, which is an integral part of the national economy.
During the meeting held behind closed doors, Mr. Segun Awolowo told President Muhammadu Buhari that the Zero Oil Plan has received enormous support and buy-in, with a high-powered committee on export already set up by the National Economic Council to drive it.
The Zero Oil Plan has postulated for the country 22 sectors where we think we can make enough foreign exchange revenue to rival oil. We need to scale up, and that is what I came to tell Mr. President, that we really need to scale up. In all these sectors, we're positioning ourselves to take advantage of great potentials, particularly in the services sector, which is a $1 trillion sector. We need to get Nigeria involved. In the short and medium term, we're looking at the next 10 years, where we can now get to $30 billion in terms of non-oil export, and then take it from there.
The economic expansion program, he explained, will go a long way in reducing joblessness in the country, and the council is prepared to do whatever it takes towards ensuring that the economic expansion fund gets to deserving exporting companies in Nigeria.
He was very delighted, and he congratulated me, particularly for my persistence in driving this, and I was pleased that he was taking notice of that, and he has promised to continue to support. Indeed, the Chief of Staff was also there, and many things will follow.
Mr. Awolowo used the opportunity to congratulate President Muhammadu Buhari for Nigeria's swift recovery from recession, which he attributed to the leadership he provided towards building a resilient economy that can absorb global shocks. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has formally engaged Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State over the recent violent attack on herders in parts of the state. Governor Abiodun told journalists after the meeting that he was in the State House to present what he called the true account of the situation. State House correspondent Damu Samrigen reports.
Meeting President Muhammadu Buhari for the first time this year, Governor Dapo Abiodun gave him detailed account of the unfortunate development. He said the attack on the Fulani herders in Yewa North local government area of the state must have been perpetrated by bandits from the neighboring Benin Republic.
And it appears as if the missing people must be in their custody. Up until now, all efforts to find these missing people have been in vain. I must say that the Fulanis have lived with us in Ogun State for hundreds of years peacefully. The Seriki Fulani from that particular corridor speaks Yoruba better than I do. Part of the problem we realize that we have is that of ethnic profiling. Criminals are criminals. Our people have had a problem with drawing a line between peaceful Fulani people who are traditionally herdsmen and bandits who are castle rustlers. Our media has not particularly helped us. It beats me why anyone would be in such a hurry to spread fake news. We don't have any other country but Nigeria. There must be stiff penalties for people that are propagating fake news, because fake news is threatening the unity of this country.
He described as gladdening that at the moment the Gateway State is enjoying relative peace and commended his northern colleagues for joining him at a stakeholders meeting and genuinely supported his efforts at finding lasting solutions.
I was so touched by their show and display of brotherhood. They spoke to the very core, individually and collectively, to everybody that was at that stakeholders meeting. It was an opportunity for everyone to tell us what was on their mind and what had truly transpired. Right now we're enjoying relative peace. We intend to sustain that peace, and I believe that if the right steps are taken, we can manage the situation and we can live together as brothers and sisters as we've always lived for so many years. The president was very impressed with how we've dealt with the matter. He particularly commented that the steps we've taken are steps that he has always recommended, that we must have a joint stakeholders committee that has farmers, herders, traditional rulers, and government, and that this committee should meet like once a month.
The governor presented documentary evidence on the recent happenings in the state to the president. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Federal government has appealed to residents of Shasha community in Ibadan to eschew anarchy and embrace peace for national development. The Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dari, stated this during a visit to Shasha Market in Oyo State. Ayomiku Achibola has the details.
The minister, who was on an on-the-spot assessment to Shasha in Ibadan to assess the level of destruction at the scene of the clash between two ethnic groups, appealed to residents of the community as well as the people of Oyo State to eschew the path of anarchy and give peace a chance.
What is most important now is to bring help and relief, because people can no longer come to the market. The little revenue they make every day, income, is completely wiped out. So government needs to get help to them. The federal government will send help to this place. The minister in charge of humanitarian affairs is on top of the matter. And I think that after that, rebuilding this market, bringing back these people here, not going anywhere else.
While condemning the violence that led to loss of lives and property, the minister said every Nigerian has a constitutional right to live anywhere in the country under the law. He expressed the determination and commitment of President Muhammadu Buhari towards ensuring that peace reign in all parts of the country, and promised that as a minister from Oyo State, he will continue to do all within his power towards realizing sustainable peace and progress in the peace-setter state. Both the Baale and Seriki Shasha commended the intervention of the federal and state governments. In Ibadan, Ayomiku Ajibola, NTA News.
The National Reconciliation Committee of the PDP, People's Democratic Party,